Okay, now we're going to cover all the options in the editor. Whether you're creating a new page or editing an existing page, all these options are the same. Now, you see the word source in the upper left-hand corner. Now this is for embed code, and I guess a good example for embed code would be if you wanted to add a video from YouTube to your website on a page, then you would go ahead and go to YouTube and grab that embed code. And since that's a good example, that's exactly what we're going to do. Let's say we want to create a new tab called videos. Page title, we'll just put videos as well. And we're going to go ahead and we need to get the source code so we can paste it in there. We're going to go to YouTube. I found this Fort Myers and Sanibel video here. I'm going to click on the share link and then embed, and you'll see this embed code here. I'm going to go ahead and copy that to my clipboard, come back. Now I don't want to paste it here. I got to make sure I hit the source code since this is actually source code. Now source code, this is what it looks like. You know, obviously this wouldn't look like much if you saw this on your website, so that's why you got to click the source to tell the program that, hey, this is going to be source code, and this is what it's going to be to display on the website. So if I clicked on source again, it knows that it's an iframe now. So again, you just paste it in there. I'm going to go ahead and save that, and then I'm going to go back to the website and I'm going to reload this just to show you that the videos tab now will show up. Here it is. And if I go to videos, I can see the video. Now, if I wanted to add more videos to it, I could go in here and I could edit. I could go back to source, and then I just go here and I hit return, and I would paste in the next video, and then the next one, and the next one, and so I'd have ongoing videos on one page there. Or I could actually, backspace this one. Maybe it was a house that I was showing at a listing I had, maybe it expired or it's sold or whatever the case may be. I can go ahead and delete that, and and then add more videos. So that's how you would go ahead and add videos to your site. Now, let's say we wanted to add an image to the site. Over here is image, and I was going to type some text, and I'm going to say let's just go ahead and grab some text here for bio. I'm going to go ahead and paste that in there. And if I would save this, you'd see this text here, but let's say at the beginning of this, I want to put an image of myself. So I go here, and this looks a little overwhelming, but I'll walk through all these options here. The URL you don't have to worry about, it's automatically going to fill that in. Whether you browse the server, that just means if I click on that, it'll show me any images I've already uploaded on the server, which there's the downtown map that I already uploaded. That's the only images I have there. Since I haven't uploaded an image of myself, I'm going to go to upload. I'm going to click choose file. I'm going to pick my image here. I'm going to say send to server, and then there it is. And now if I go ahead and I scroll down here, you can see how this text is going to line up with it. And I'm just going to hit OK. I'm not going to make any other changes at all. I just want to show you what will happen. If I hit OK, now see how all that text moved down just like it showed in the example? That's not what I want. I wanted that text to be up at the top, and I also don't like how close it is to the picture. So I'm just going to double click this photo, go back to it, and maybe I also want the photo to be a little bit smaller. I'm going to say, you know what, I want that to be 100 pixels wide. Okay, now to fix the spacing here, if I go down to H space, that stands for horizontal space, I'm going to type in 10. It's just 10 pixels is what that stands for. Now you can see I got a little space there. The V is vertical space. I don't need any vertical space because the spacing looks fine to me there. So a border would just put a border around the photo. If I typed in 5 here, it would put a 5 pixel border around there, and it's always going to be black. I don't really care to have a border there. But now the text still isn't lined up to the upper top here where I want it on the upper right hand corner of the photo. All I have to do is set the alignment. If I click left, now it aligns everything to left side picture, and it puts it all the way around it. So now if I hit update, I go back here and I reload this page. Remember, we already deleted the video. Now I see the photo and all the text, and then as it got down here, it wrapped it around, and I could type in more text if I wanted to. So that's all you have to do to add a photo there, and obviously you can see how easy it is to edit it. And you can upload any images. There's no limit on the amount of images you can upload. I could have also made this, if I wanted to, align to the right side, and then it would have showed on the right side of the page. You know, so now maybe I want that link to go somewhere. Like, you know, maybe, I don't know, let's say, you know, just, I'm going to say click link here, and I'm going to just say I want it to go to www.yahoo.com, just for an example. The target, I'm going to go ahead and set for new window blank. Now what that means is, like, if somebody clicks on that image, it's going to open up a new tab or a new window. That way they, you know, they're going to still have your website up open in one of the tabs. So I definitely recommend you do that. And then if you hit OK, now that's going to be a link that I can click on when I save this image here. So that's kind of covers, you don't use this advanced tab. So like that covers a link, and then you know how to upload here. So it's really all the options that you'll have to set here. The alternative text, I would recommend that. That's good for SEO. Here I would have probably typed in Sean Summer, you know, and then if I worked for a company, maybe this, you know, dash, you know, whatever company I worked for. So, so it's good to have that. That won't show up anywhere. If I hit OK, it won't, you know, it doesn't show up anywhere. So you don't have to worry about that. Again, now if I hit the browse server, I can click the image, hit OK, and I just inserted the image again. So I can put as many images in there as I want to. Now the table is, if I wanted to put a table, I mean, you know, ever how many rows, ever how many columns I wanted a table, I could do that. You know, horizontal line. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of all this text here. Just backspace that. Let me get rid of that image as well. And I'm going to type in, you know, let's say I'm typing some content and I had the word realtor in there and I wanted the trademark R after it. I could click on this symbols here and then insert special character, and I could grab that R and then put the trademark R after it. So, and there's other symbols on there too, whether you got the @ sign, copyrights down here, whatever symbol you want to, you can put on there. Okay, another thing that you might want to do is create links. Now, let's say we were going to call this one local services instead. And I was going to put Comcast, and then I was going to have, you know, DirecTV, and you get the idea, and so on and so forth. I would go ahead, and first thing I might want to do is go ahead and highlight those, and I want it to be bullet points. Okay, so now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to highlight this. I want this to be a link to Comcast. That's where, if you roll your mouse over this, and you can do this over any icon, when you hold your mouse over it, it'll tell you what it is. It shows you a link. I'm going to go ahead, and it's HTTP here. I'm going to put Comcast.net, and I'm going to say OK. And then the same thing here. I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to say this is DirecTV.com, and I'm going to hit OK. Now, if I go and update, and then I go back to the website here, and I'm going to go ahead and reload this page, and you'll see that the local services tab comes up. We got rid of the video tab. So here's local services. Now here's Comcast and here's DirecTV. Now if I click Comcast, it's going to go ahead and take me to Comcast, but the problem is it did it in the same browser, and I don't want that. Okay, so what I would do is I would go back to the local services, and I could double click on this link here, and then you got this tab that says Target. If I clicked on Target, that's where I could say new window. I wouldn't do the pop-up window. I would do a new window blank, and I would say OK. And the same thing for this one. I go to Target, and I would make that one new window blank. Now the upload tab and the advanced tab, again, you're not going to need the advanced tab on here. I don't need to discuss any of that. But the upload tab might be if you wanted to maybe put a floor plan for a property. You could upload a PDF file, and then it would have a link right to that. So if someone clicked on that, they would download that PDF of that floor plan. So that's another option that you could do. If I hit OK and I hit update, and then I go back here to the website, and I'm going to go ahead and reload this page. If I click on Comcast, now it opened a new tab. So now if I go, my tab's still open, and I can go to the Comcast tab. So that pretty much covers, you know, like the main things you're going to do: adding a photo or a link, or you know, or adding source code. all these other things here are like, with the bullets, just like in Word, you could go ahead and move those in or out. You could change it from a bullet type of bullets to having numerals there. You can center your text. You could bold it, underline it. They're all the same options you would have in Word, and you can change the color of the text. You can change font and size. Maybe I want the font to be a little bit bigger. So I wouldn't play around with the styles or the format here. Unless you know what you're doing with the format with headings, like for search engine optimization, you might want the heading tags in there. If you're not messing around with that, I would just stick with changing the font or the font size, and not play around with those unless, like I said, you understand search engine optimization and why you're using them. So that covers most everything in the editor that you'll need. As one last thing I would like to tell you is right here, if you hold your mouse, it says paste from Word. If you have any document that you've already typed up, maybe it's about a community or whatever it may be about, and you're going to go ahead and you want to copy it from your Word document, you want to paste it in here, make sure you use this paste from Word document, or your paste from Word icon here. So instead of the paste from plain text or paste, what the paste from Word will do is it'll remove any special formatting that Microsoft might have put into that when you copied that and you go to paste it. And trust me, it won't show up very nice on your website if you just do a regular paste on it. So again, it's not the end of the world. If you pasted it, it was wrong, you could always go back to this page, edit it, delete the text, and then paste it from Word. So that covers everything that you'll need to know for this, and we'll talk to you in the next video.